Sons and Daughters of God, Daily Devotional by Ellen G. White. Sense of God's presence banishes fears. July 9th. Courage for the conflict. Be thou strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Only the sense of God's presence can banish the fears that, for the timid child, would make life a burden. Let him fix in his memory the promise. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Let him read that wonderful story of Elisha in the mountain city, and between him and the host of armed foemen, a mighty encircling band of heavenly angels. Let him read how Peter, in prison and condemned to death, God's angel appeared, now past the armed guards, the massive doors, and the great iron gates with their bolts and bars. The angel led God's servant forth in safety. Let him read of that scene on the sea when the tempest-tossed soldiers and seamen, worn with labour and watching and long fasting, Paul, the prisoner, on his way to trial and execution, spoke those grand words of courage and hope. Be of good cheer, for there shall be no loss of any man's life among you. For there stood by me this night the angel of God, whose I am, and whom I serve, saying, Fear not, Paul, thou must be brought before Caesar. And lo, God has given thee all them that sail with thee. In the faith of this promise, Paul assured his companions, There shall not a hair fall from the head of any of you. So it came to pass, because there was in the ship one man through whom God could work, the whole shipload of heathen soldiers and sailors were preserved. Let the self-distrustful, whose lack of self-reliance leads them to shrink from care and responsibility, be taught reliance upon God. Thus many a one who otherwise would be a cipher in the world, perhaps only a helpless burden, will be able to say with the Apostle Paul, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is your daily devotion. We thank you for listening. We hope you can join us again tomorrow. Please also check the YouTube comments for any further study notes. Sons and Daughters of God.